So hello and welcome everyone to a new session of our Talk to the Expert series of short webinars. In this kind of events, what we discuss is about technology and product features, focusing especially in Barbara platform. For today's session, we're going to discuss about how to develop and deploy Docker files, Docker application, and send it directly from your VS Code to your X nodes. And for that, I'm having with me Kike Ramírez, our product manager. So hi, Kike, how are you doing?
Hello, Juan. Nice to speak to you. Hi, everybody. So, yes, we're going to present today our new extension for VS Code, which allow us to easily create sample project using Docker, allow us also to upload this project to our library in panel and also deploying it in Nodes. Okay, so let's start. Let's start to see this new extension. Okay, I will share my
Sure.
screen. Let me. I think Juan, you need to allow me to share my screen.
Yeah, just 1 second. Um, you should be able to do it now.
Okay, now fantastic. Here we are.
In just
Right.
one thing, just for everyone to know, we are accepting questions. So if you have any doubt, just type it within the button that says Q&A. You can write your question over there, and I will read it for Kike afterwards.
Okay, so let's start. As I said, we are now in our panel. We have prepared a demo node here in which we are going to deploy the application we will be creating today. Before starting, just remind to you, everybody, that in our Academy side, we have an article called Barbara Extension for VS Code, in which you can check all the information we are going to see today in this article, okay? And in fact, at this moment, it is not possible to download the extension from the VS Code marketplace. Okay, so you have to download it here in a file. We are preparing it to publish it in the official marketplace in the very near future. Okay, so in this same article here in this area, you can select and download the file, which is a VCX file. Okay, you save it in your computer, and then you just open VS Code, and in your extension area here in the left menu, you open this three-dot button, okay, and you select the file here installing from VSX. You just can select the file number. Right. So now I have it already installed. Okay. This is the Barbara extension. And the first thing you need to do here is mentioned, you need to provide the API secret, okay, the credential to access a Barbara panel, Barbara API, sorry. So this is the client secret, the client ID, and your normal user and password for accessing panel, okay? The latter one, the user and password are known by you, but the two first client secret and client ID might be provided by our support department, okay? And also mention that it's only available for user or companies that have the enterprise license, okay? So once you have these values, you enter here, you select extension settings, and you can easily apply this value here in this input, in this form, okay? Once you have it, you can use the application or the extension normally, right? So let's start by doing the first thing we can do with the extension, which is creating a sample project, okay? We call it a boilerplate, right? It is a folder structure which contains everything necessary for starting deploying or starting developing the applications in Docker, okay? So let's start. You just have to access the command palette. And if you write Barbara, you will have three different options: create a Python boilerplate, create a Node.js boilerplate, or upload to library. Let's start with creating a Python boilerplate to check the structure, right? Once we have it, it asks me if I want to create a new folder. I say yes, okay. I create the new folder, and I call it Python demo, okay? Once I do it, I have here my Python demo folder, and I have little structure here to which manage all the application, right? So let's start checking the content. The first thing we have is the image source, which contains the Python file here inside the source folder. And here we have a very small Python code that basically get the secret of our node, get the global config of our node, and get the local config of our node. Okay, we will see it in panel later when we deploy the application. So how can I debug it locally since I don't have this secret, I don't have this app config locally, it is in my node, okay? That's why we have here this Barbara secret.m is a local file which contains local secret, okay? And we have also this folder called appconfig dev, which is for development, okay? And it contains also a copy of appconfig and global config locally, so we can use these values for debugging and developing locally, right? So as I mentioned before, this little application, the only thing that it does is every 5 seconds, it get the secret, get the global config, get the local config, and print it in the console. Okay, very easy. So we have the file, we have the application and local and global config. We have the secret. We have a Docker file here to build the image, which basically copy the content of the folder in our Docker container and just run it using this command. And then we have two Docker compose, different Docker compose. This one is the one that will be built and run in the node once we deploy. And this one, which is called dev, Docker compose.dev, is the one we have to use for developing local. Okay, so if I want to test my application locally, I will have to do Docker compose using this file, Docker compose dev YAML. Okay, I add the container using the parameter bin. Okay, so if I press it, now it will start building. Okay, where is the problem? Oh, sorry, I am not in the Python code demo folder, so it didn't found the file. I repeat again, and now yes, it start building, and at the end it will start the application inside Docker, and I can see the logs running every 5 seconds. Okay, and here we are. And we will see the secret, okay, and the global config and the local config, okay? So every 5 seconds, it will start logging this information, okay? So this is a very basic application. This is what we call the boilerplate. So you can start developing your own application using the structure, and the way of testing locally, debugging locally, and uploading is just the same. I will stop this application, this Python boilerplate. I have prepared also a Node boilerplate, which contains a server, an Express application that serves an HTML file. So we can see the same information but in a web page, okay? And we will use this to upload it to our library first, then upload it to our node, okay? And see the whole process from developing locally to deploying it to the node, okay? So let's go back to the demo folder and enter in Node.js Barbara, which is here, okay? And it had, as you can see, it has the same folder structure, the same appconfig and global config, the same Barbara secret, and the image source is different because it is written in Node, okay? And we have here the application JS, which is a little more complex, with all the Express and the server and everything, and an index file which contains this title, VS Code extension 1.0. Suppose we have finished, we have our first version, and we want to upload it to our panel library. We will be uploading it in panel. We have in library application called Node.js demo, but it has no version inside. We have not uploaded anything here. So we need first to upload it here, then to deploy to the node, okay? So let's start doing it. And again, in the command palette, we will write Barbara, upload to panel library, okay? I select start from the beginning, and it's asking me pick an application from your Barbara library to create the version. We have this Node.js demo we have just seen, it's empty. We select this application. Let's write that it is the version 1.0, okay? We can also enter some release notes for version 1.0. Okay. I want to send the folder Node.js Barbara, not the Python demo we have already created. Okay. And we will see now that it is finally uploaded in the, here it is, in the demo version 1.0. We have it already. I want to send it to a device. Yes, please. I will send to a device. It showed me the device I have, okay. Check that we do not see here the custom name, but the Barbara ID of our node. We will check it later, that this Barbara ID is from the node we have in the panel. So I select my device, and that's all. It has been deployed to our node. Let's check it, okay? I have, if I reload my library, I can see that now I have the version 1.0, I have my release node here, okay? It has been uploaded to library, okay? But even more in the node, I have the demo node, and I can see the new Node.js demo application. It is already running. And well, I have some values written here in the console, like in the Python application. But let's connect to this server using my VPN IP and using the port I didn't mention, but I am using the port 8000. And here I have my VS Code extension demo 1.0 with some values in secret and no values in global or app config configuration. Let's see why, okay? Now, if I go back to panel, I can see that in global secret, I already have this secret 1 and secret 2 values. And these are the ones that are being showing, it's okay. But in global config, I have no configuration here, okay? So let's put something, let's make some configuration here. I can add, for example, a parameter called, I don't know, data, and I will say that it is global data, since it is a global configuration for the application. I send it, I have here global data. And in fact, if I reload my website, I have this value here, okay? And now, where can I set this local configuration? It's very easy. In the same folder, in the same card, sorry, of the application, I have this custom config. This is the application config, the local application config. And I can get another parameter here, for example, data again, and let's say this local data, okay? And I press send, and okay, if I reload it, I will see here my configuration, right? So let's continue. Imagine we make some changes to our application. That is the powerful thing about this VS Essential Code. We can work directly from VS Code. Imagine that I want to make some change. I will do something very easy, that it is changing this version from 1.0 to 2.0, okay? I save my project and I press again upload to, in the command palette, upload to Pineapple library again. I will explain later what every time it asks me, do you want to continue? Do you want to start from the beginning? Let's start from the beginning again. I will choose my Node.js demo application. I want to create the version 2.0, okay? I will put some release node. I will choose the folder Node.js Barbara. And now once it has been uploaded, it will appear here in this message we have. Okay, it is ready. And now, do you want to send it to a device? Yes. This device, okay. And now it asks me, because I have one version of this application running or deployed in the node. So it asks me, do you want to create another application in parallel, or do you want to update the existing one? Okay. So normally when you're debugging, you are making changes in the code, you want to update the existing one. Let's do that. Let's update the existing. And I select the application to be updated, and that's all. Okay. If I go back now to our view, we see we have now the 2.0 version, and it is now stopping and building and starting again. So once it finish starting, we will be able to run it again. Okay. Okay, it has already started. And now if we reload our website, check it with, it is the node which is serving this website. If we reload it, we will have, okay, that's fantastic. We have this 2.0 version with all of my values again, okay? So the last point, imagine we are doing it continuously. And let's make a third chain, but now we will be using our repeat the process, okay? We will set the 3.0 version. So now if I select the Barbara upload to Pinot library, when it asks me, do you want to repeat action with auto increase version? Okay, I will say yes, repeat action. That means I am going to upload the same application with the auto increase version. Now it will set, I think it will be to the 2.1 maybe. Let's change it to 2.1. Okay, so upload, repeat. I have to save it, sorry. Okay, Barbara, upload, repeat action, and now it will upload everything to our library, and it will deploy it automatically to the node just with one click. Okay, this is very powerful when you're in the loop. Okay, so if we go back again to our Barbara panel, check, we have the 2.1, okay? It has created automatically the version for me. It has increased automatically the version number. And once we start again, let's give it some second. It will be ready. Okay, we have 2.1.0, and now if we reload, we have the version 2.1. Okay, so that is the process. That is the way the extension facilitates the process to developers who are continuously making changes locally. You can build your Docker container locally. You can make your tests locally using these values here for having secret and having the local and global configuration in this folder, okay? And then when you have made your changes, you can test locally, upload to library, and deploy to node. And that's all from my side, I think.
Fantastic, Kike. Thanks a lot for the explanations and the demo. I guess that, right, this simplifies a lot the process or the cycle of creating the app, building the app, deploying the app, sending the app to the node in just a few clicks. So thanks for that. I have one question. There was one question in the chat. I guess it's because you have been showing how to deploy it to one node, but what happens when you wanted to deploy it to several nodes at the same time? Is it possible to do it now with the extension?
Okay, for not really by now because we are still developing the extension. We are preparing to be published. Now you have seen we can send to one node. We can send to several nodes, but sequentially, not in parallel. But yes, it is in our roadmap. We will be able to send or to deploy the application to group of node or to node with the same tags or something like that. So that is the powerful thing about Barbara, always the capability of managing the nodes in parallel. So yeah, it will be not right now, but it will be.
Okay, thanks a lot for the answer. There is no more questions in the chat, but if anyone seeing this video now in direct, I mean, with this session now or the video recording afterwards, has any question regarding this or any specific topic about Barbara platform, just send us a mail to hola@barbara.tech and we will happily answer you. So thanks, Kike, for your time, and thanks everyone for attending this short meeting of our Talk to the Expert series. And see you in coming webinars. Goodbye, everyone.